will undoubtedly travel to places unimaginable to my generation, as the world becomes even more of a global village. Continue to learn more languages. It is a skill you will need. At 28, my daughter works for a U.S. company but lives in Dubai in the Middle East. She has traveled to England and France, but also India, Croatia, Bali, Abu Dhabi, Oman, Greece, and Turkey. I didn't get on a plane until I was 19, and a propeller plane at that, to fly to Kentucky. She and I communicate via Skype and WhatsApp. Right now, through live streaming, she is watching this graduation at 4 in the morning. Hi, Nora. Oh, and in your future, virtual reality will give you access to all these places, out of reach physically or economically. If you can dream it, virtual reality will make it come true. Speaking of virtual reality, my son has a virtual office, I think he calls it. There are no walls, no cubicle, no secretary, no place that he has to be or boss he has to report to at 7 in the morning. Thank goodness, because he wouldn't make it. It's hard for me to wrap my head around the virtual office, but for you, it may just be the norm. You will also likely experience more job changes and choices, but perhaps less job security, in your lifetime than previous generations. I spent 43 years in the Baltimore County schools. When I entered the workforce in the early 70s, my mother had made sure that I knew how to type 70 words a minute. Some of you have seen me do that. If a woman can type, she will never starve, she said. My parents wanted me to have a college education, but advised that I get a job with a pension, job security, and stay put. There were few women in medicine, law, business, or what we call today the STEM field. Today, over 50% of law degrees are awarded to women. In my day, 9% of women were doctors. In 2010, 32% are. Women and minorities are increasingly represented as CEOs and in the halls of Congress. Equal access and opportunity are more a realization than a hope for both women and minorities today. Not only is our society more inclusive and diverse in the human realm, but also in the realm of robotics. Some of your closest friends may be robots, acting with emotional intelligence. Machines with humanoid features and artificial intelligence that rivals humans in independent thinking and creativity. Robots are already being used as therapists, interacting with and gathering data on soldiers from Iraq experiencing PTSD. Early feedback finds the soldiers respond more openly to the robot than the human therapist. Contrary to popular belief, you will probably live in a more peaceful world. Even though we may not think it's so, due to the instant nature of news media reporting every war, conflict, and violent event, the world is actually less violent today than ever before in history. My generation lived with the constant anxiety caused by the Cold War, that nuclear standoff between the US and the Soviet Union. The Harvard psychologist Steven Pinker has crunched the numbers with regard to violence in today's world. War, homicide, rape, hate crimes, and child abuse are substantially down. Yes, human beings have deep impulses that lead to violence, but there are also the better angels of our nature that can suppress violence, self-control, empathy, and reason. And we've slowly and gradually figured out how to work around our darker side, from the rule of law to the ideals of democracy, civil liberties, freedom, and nonviolence. Whether you end up living in Catonsville or Dubai, you will live in a world of diversity and inclusiveness. By 2060, 57% of the US population will be non-white. I see the acceptance and celebration of this inclusiveness right here at Catonsville High School, in events such as our annual Diversity Week tradition. Seniors, Take a look at those next to you. Look at the beautiful, heterogeneous class of 2015 that includes many races, ethnicities, cultural backgrounds, and religions. It's not surprising that surveys indicate that your generation is more tolerant and open-minded than any in history. But my optimistic message about the future of seismic change and profound opportunities comes with an added caveat, a warning. Science and technology can only give us the knowledge and the ability to manipulate and mold nature to our wishes. But it's up to you as a participating citizen, a voter, a juror, an office holder, or a leader to take responsibility and apply your values and morals when making the hard choices in this democracy about how we will live in this brave new world. It is the values and morals that you've acquired from your parents, teachers, mentors, coaches, advisors, and close friends that have equipped you with the wisdom to decide when and how to handle, use, and implement the science and technology. When and whether to create life, extend life, enhance our innate abilities, whether to edit and manipulate genes and for what ends, when and whether to use robots to replace human work and decision-making. Ethics have never been more relevant, nor wisdom more needed. Therefore, you will need to sharpen your ability to understand societal and scientific issues and problems, articulate and clarify your own views, understand opposing viewpoints, and be involved in a spirited debate that acknowledges competing morals and values. Your classroom experiences at Catonsville High have prepared you for the challenge of productive participation in society. Remember those Socratic seminars, debates, epi projects, and all those argumentative essays you've written. You know the importance of research and supporting your arguments with evidence in order to understand the counterclaims. Keep honing these skills as well as those of teamwork and collaboration that you learned in the classroom, the athletic fields, and the extracurricular activities. So, to repeat the familiar refrain heard in commencement addresses since graduations began, go forth, class of 2015, into the future, but I add, do so equipped with knowledge and also the wisdom to make choices that lead to an improved quality of life, that serve others, that take care of our planet, and that foster peace on earth, goodwill toward men and women. Thank you.
Now it is my pleasure to introduce the salutatorian for the class of 2015. Nathan Lesnevich has a weighted GPA of 5.781. And he will be attending Bucknell University, where he plans to major in mathematics. Congratulations, Nathan, and please come forward. It is indeed an honor to introduce the valedictorian of the class of 2015. David DeVarter has a weighted GPA of 5.812. David will be attending Harvard University in the fall, where he will pursue a degree in government or history. Congratulations, David. Please come forward.
Yep, it's me again.
Beautiful.